in at the 2. And for the Hawks, is out there with Davis. Then it's Clint Capella. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Young in at the point guard position. And the official start of the season, Chris. Is there any opening day for you that sticks out in the many years you played in the NBA?
One opening game, and I don't remember who we played, but I know it was with Allen Iverson. And AI and I had meetings before the season, and we were talking about just how much we wanted to win. We knew we were coming up on the end of our careers, or I remember never entering a preseason with so much hope, because I knew that he was in, I knew that I was in, and we knew that we both wanted it so bad. So I think we both scored 30 or did something crazy like that. I don't remember, but coming out with him that preseason was so special, because I knew we were going to set the tone for how our team was going to play, and we were engaged that year.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
Greg, that's about as high percentage a look as you're going to get running the floor beautifully.
To halt the run, Detroit with the rebound. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first game of the NBA's regular season.
In this game, just the first of 4 meetings between these two. They'll get quite familiar with each other by season's end.
I look forward to seeing which team can dictate the style of play. I mean, that's going to set the tone for this entire series. It's all about the tail of the tape right there. I mean, his size advantage makes that jump shot easy pickings.
Got a piece of it. And here we go, Pistons running again.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Well, you think defensively that you try to pack in the lane. I mean, but then that opens up some opportunities for their shooters.
Shots good from the Monster. The Monster's got 13.
Well, it's still a little jarring to see Che in this uniform. We're just so used to seeing him in the colors of his old team, but he made a big decision over the summer to join this roster.
He did, didn't he? And you know what, GA? There was a lot of demand for Che heading into the offseason, but you have to like where he ended up. With him on this roster, they're looking as scary as any team right now in the league. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Capella, no good off the back of the rim.
0 for 3, not the start they're looking for. Well, to me, Clint Capella is a classic center. I mean, I love his hands. Great footwork. I mean, he takes what is given to him. He plays inside, protects the rim. And if you throw it up, he'll finish it with authority.
And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Now Young, trying to get something going. It's rebounded by the Monster. And with Capella, that finishing and rebounding are key to his game.
Yeah, and he's only going to keep getting better, Kevin, which is a scary prospect for every other center in the NBA.
And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
Brown with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Here's the Monster, throws down the breakaway jam.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
And tonight, the first game for Che since being named MVP of the league. You know what, Greg? He earned it with his play.
Well, Che will have a target on his back this season, as every team will look to do everything they can to lock down the reigning MVP. But with the talent Che has, I'm sure he'll adjust and have another MVP-worthy season.
Pass to Lamb. 6 to shoot. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
A moment now to see the numbers for Capella. How he did last season. 4th in field goal percentage, 9th in rebounding, and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year.
Terrific at catching in near the basket. I mean, his hands are great. Capella uses that size to his advantage.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Collins comes in for Davis. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Lamb. And it's Jackson in for Trae Young. And then for Detroit, Doomboy is checked in for Maker. And Thomas subbed in for Bruce Brown.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Yeah, right now it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
And we were talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he's able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Pistons leading by 23. Atlanta will go for a different look here. Okafor is checked in for Aaron Baines. Anthony Davis comes in for John Collins. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Hunter. And Trae Young subbed in for Jackson. Davis finds Lamb. Back to Davis. Shoots. And it doesn't even draw iron. Pistons have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. The monster out there with Maker. Then there's Brown. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Kennard in at the 3 spot. The monster passes to Maker. Richardson trying to break loose. And the dunk by Maker.
Now this is what you like seeing. Maker not just laying it up, but powering it down.
Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points. Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Very rich history for Detroit Pistons. They've been a part of the sports scene in Detroit since 1957, and they have 3 championships to their name.
And now the Pistons fast break. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. The Monsters got 6 points in the quarter. Atlanta's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Atlanta calls timeout. Well, you look back at the title teams for the Pistons. There were a lot of them. Chris, which team was your favorite?
Oh, man. Well, growing up in Detroit, I'd have to go back to the Bad Boys in 89, 90, just watching them get through Boston and then, dominate the Bulls of that time. They went back-to-back winning championships. That was incredible. And it was something special, though, about my boys in the 2004 team. Sheed, Ben Wallace, Rip, those guys. That was fun to watch as well.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Hawks. Hunter comes in for Kevin Huerter. With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second-chance points last year. The Hawks, number 1.
Yeah, that was a huge factor for them a season ago. Their ability to attack the offensive glass and then convert those into second-chance buckets. I mean, no one did it better.
.112 left in the first half of basketball. That's tipped. And now Jones running the floor all by himself.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
59 seconds left to play in the first half. And here's Young. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the turnover again by Atlanta. Dumboya is checked in for Detroit. Thomas comes in for Luke Kennard. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Passes to Dumboya. Here's the monster. Capella covering. Davis with the double team. Pulls up from the corner. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Absolutely relentless. They're in the flow and riding that wave for as long as they can.
The shot's good from the monster.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And Young kicks to Lamb. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Back to Young. To the inside. Clock at 6. And Davis gets it to go.
And how about finally being able to put an end to that 16-0 run by Detroit?
The monster. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Yeah, right now it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Pistons ahead, opening up a huge gap. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are going chemistry-wise so far?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Dwayne, thanks a lot. Back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What a game we're seeing from the monster.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, it could be one of those epic games, but we still have a long way to go.
Anthony Davis is out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Hunter in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A.
They've got this lead because he's at the top of his game. He has been the story tonight.
Great value in rim protection, Chris. Talk about some of the characteristics that you have seen and you use yourself in being a good shot blocker.
Well, your reputation precedes you as a shot blocker. So as a shot blocker, you've already blocked enough shots that everyone knows, hey, I'm Rudy Gobert. Don't come in here unless you want to get that shot swatted out of the way. My name's Joel Embiid. Did you see my highlights of last game? So really what I'm saying is a shot blocker is always in your thought process. I still have nightmares about my tempo. Oh, come on, let's
I bet.
Go to the next one, please. Come on. Get off shot blockers.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Hawks. Then for the Pistons, Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Hawks. John Collins, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Hunter. Now off the inbound, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Atlanta gets called for the foul. The Pistons shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And the first one at the line is good. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. So many better and different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, you got your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Yeah, because it's so hard to prevent transition scores. Whenever you get an opportunity to get out and run, you take it.
There's the pass to Baines. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Jackson. On the wing, Lamb. And that's an air ball. Not even close. Here's the monster. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
For the Hawks, Davis comes in for Aaron Baines, and Kevin Huerter subbed in for Young. Then for the Pistons, Doumbouya is checked in for Jones. Tony Snell comes in for Luke Kennard. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Bruce Brown. Again, what an avalanche!
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Poked loose. Here's Jackson. He's got 5. On the wing, Davis. Up in time. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Yeah, now they are firing on all cylinders. That shot puts 3 more onto their lead as we head to the fourth.
And so is Detroit, sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We come back right. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
For men, we got to get down and get engaged until the end. All right, Beast.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth, they got Tony Snell. King is out there with Doumbouya. Then there's the monster, and it's Thomas in at the point. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Atlanta. Out to the wing. Now Detroit moving it up, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
Yeah, and defensively, you'd like to see a greater effort to change ends.
Fernando can't get it to go.
Oh, they get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Pass to King. Here's the monster. Goes up on the wing, and good! There's another.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Pass to Fernando. See, Webb, if we lower the draft age back to 18, the league will take a larger role developing high school players. Your thoughts?
Well, I think I think it could be a safety net. You know, so many kids are vulnerable at this time, and they don't have a system, and that's why everything's kind of been messed up for players trying to figure out what is the correct system. How do I really get immersed? I want to be in the NBA. What is the right way? And I think the younger you are, with the more direction that you have, it can only turn out to be a safer process, I would hope.
And getting better pro-level training, too, coaching.
Yeah, pro-level training, pro-level knowledge, pro-level relationships. I think it's a great thing by the league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Okafor is checked in for Anthony Davis, and Smith subbed in for Jackson.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
The shot's good from the monster.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Smith the pass to Fernando. Here's Okafor. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Oh, the movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Inside, Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Yeah, right now it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
Feeds it to Okafor. That's tipped. Second shot opportunity. It's good. Pistons have gotten absolutely red hot shooting the ball here in the fourth. A perfect 6 for 6. Okafor comes in with the double team. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That's his first foul. As it seems like some teams have been in rebuild mode for a long time. Is there a point at which the league should step in and maybe, I don't know, take over or give them guidance?
You know, I really do. And not because it's necessarily the fault of the team, because, it's tough to win a championship. But to be a perennial bottom dweller, basement dweller, it's not good for the fans. And fans like myself, every year comes the first game, we think, hey, we could win a championship, we could do it. But, you know, our thought process is not based in knowledge. It's just based in our hope and will for the team. So you definitely want...
Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
Nasty. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Here's Fernando from outside off the mark. For Detroit, they've gotten all 8 of their shots in the fourth quarter to drop. Truly remarkable. The basket counts. 69 points for the Monster.
That's not who they want guarding him. I mean, the size mismatch is just too big. All he has to do is just keep attacking the rim.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pistons.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for the Monster.
No fatigue in this fella tonight. Tireless, grinding out every possession and leading their offense.
And the turnover again by Atlanta.
Story of their game right here. One sloppy play after another.
There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Jahlil Okafor. That free throw missing. That one misses. Smith with it. And there's the pass to Herter. And here is Okafor. Buries it down low.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
Here's the Monster, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
And the shot goes in.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
Here's the Monster. Hits it again. Wow. And there's 80 points.
Wow. Just wow. This guy right now on another level.
Off target. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and
Hey, Kenny here, man.
It's been a long offseason, Hornet.